Hello and welcome back, Cuppa and card friends. This is Linda. It's time to grab your cuppa, grab your cards, and let's dive in. Today is an oracle card day, and we are going to look at the 2-cent oracle. This is the 5-cent tarot that goes with it. I just wanted to show this real quick. I'm going to do a pairing at the end so that you can see the how well they go together. But you have your choice when you purchase both of these decks of what color bag you want. I've been seeing a lot of that lately. I don't know if you guys have been seeing that lately, that decks are starting to come in bags. But I mean, this still does have a really nice box. Here is the 2-cent. Let's see. 2-penny oracle. This is the 5-cent tarot and the 2-penny oracle. There will be a link down below. I got this on Etsy. This is the second edition of the tarot set. This is the first edition of the oracle set. So this is a really unusual deck for me. This is not something that I normally would have gotten for myself, but I'm trying to evolve. I think that's a good word, evolve, because I think when we all start out with tarot and oracle cards, we start out with the familiar. We start out with the things that, are comfortable with what we see. Like if we, if I like animals, then of course I'm going to get animal decks, which I just love animal decks. So I have a lot of animal decks. If I see herbs, I'm going to get herb decks. But sometimes we have to get things that might be a little out of our comfort zone so that we grow. But because if you continue to get the same thing, you may not be able to grow as quickly. So I'm all about growth and I'm all about evolving. And I also have realized too that for me, sometimes being in a certain mood or having a certain situation happen in life, that we need different decks to go with those emotions or go with those situations. And sometimes we just need decks that are going to tell us the hard truth. I mean, if we can't always go through life being told the happy rosy thing. Sometimes we need a deck that's going to be honest and direct and say, you know what, you effed up. So this is the 2-penny oracle. It comes in it's a nice sturdy box and it has a hinge on it. It says consult the cards. You have your choice when you purchase this deck of, I'll just put that right here, of what color you want these edged in. I chose lavender for mine. Lavender and gray. Even on the bag, you get to choose what emblem you want on the bag. Here is the guidebook, the 2-penny first edition. It has the introduction. Back in the 1700s, now classified as a defunct pseudoscience. Phrenology was the study of the shape of the skull as indicative of mental faculties and traits of character. Not only did phrenology enjoy great popularity well into the 20th century, but also found a beloved place in the mysterious world of fortune-telling and divination, and now the 2-penny oracle. And it goes on to talk about this. Know thyself and thy elephant. And it continues to talk about phrenology and the controversy and human propensities. And it says here, keywords and 43 propensities. Traditional phrenology employs the numbers 1 to 37 and letters A, B, C, D, E, and F. As this is an oracle deck, the keywords are prompt for a reading and therefore the hero of the design. In many cases, there may be a word you are not familiar with, as they are from another time and from also pseudoscience, sometimes clinical vernacular. I hope that this deck provides some interesting vocabulary side trips. And let me tell you, it does. don't be surprised if I can't pronounce half the words in this deck. True to phrenology studies, I've also provided adjacent concepts and reversal words that indicate either a negative aspect of a given propensity, not too much of anything will skew negative, or sometimes a deficiency or absence of this trait. As with Oracle, you will find the best use of the deck for your own personal practices. And it says this is a complement to the tarot deck. And here it gives a spread. It gives extra cards, the Six Senses, a message from Madame Clara, and then it goes into consult the cards. So let's take a look at these wonderful cards. These can be used for reversals, which is really cool for an oracle card. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see the card better. And I'm not going to go through every single one. Well, I could go through every single one. But just to show you, this one says amativeness, and upright it says attraction, reversed it says obscenity and licentiousness. See, card number 1, and already the words are unbelievable. These have this old Victorian look. Philoprogenitiveness and parenthood, and then reversed is coddling. And here we have the monkeys on it. We can continue to show these. Adhesiveness, friendship, and reversed estrangement. But you can go through here and see inhabitiveness, nidification, matrimony, and they have animals on all of them, and plants. Here we see the horns. This is a really interesting deck to get to know. It definitely grows your vocabulary. The armadillo for combativeness, armament, destructiveness with all the scissors and the star and the bird. Appetite. These are really, really interesting. The cardstock is a little thin. I would not, I don't like to riffle shuffle, but these are just really beautiful, almost Victorian kind of carnival cards. If you're a literary bug and you want to definitely grow your vocabulary, this is really wonderful. If you want something that's going to give you those keywords, this has both. And to have an oracle deck that is reversible is really remarkable. I don't know of many that are reversible that actually have reverses on the card. Circumspection, hope, buoyancy, marvelousness. These are pretty. Veneration. These are beautiful cards. Sometimes they have a little bit of a sheen to them. Benevolence, instructiveness. So I'll show you these cards. I'm going to keep going through these. I'm going to go through them a little quicker. Mirthfulness, observation, individuality, form, and that's pretty cool. Form for an octopus because they really don't have that much form. Size with the pufferfish. Weight with a whale. Color. I'm going to hold these up now as we're getting a little, there we go. Order. Calculation. Locality. And I do really appreciate that they're also numbered. But sometimes just sitting with the card and looking at the artwork, like time. And here we see a slug. And it says synchronicity or urgency. You know that slug's not going that fast. Tune, language, casualty, comparison, acumen, suavity, discernment, sight, hearing. Now, I would not have thought of hearing with a moth or butterfly. Alertness. I like how this is taking me into a different direction of thinking. You know, I see an animal and I automatically know what it is. And that's not the case with this. Olfaction, sleuthing, taste, touch, and know. So I'm going to shuffle these up, and then I'm going to pull out the tarot deck so you could see what that looks like with this. And the tarot deck is much like this. It is also a hinged box. I also got this in lavender. I wanted them to match. But it's like a pinkish lavender. Here's the two together, so you can see the difference. And this also has the animal on the front, the Fool. And this one gives more keywords: new beginnings, spontaneity, free spirit, and the reverse: recklessness, naivety, risk. Look at that spider on it. The Empress, the Lovers. But isn't that amazing how it has the snake and the apple? The Hanged Man. I think that is just marvelous. Two of Matches instead of Two of Wands. Ace of Cups. Here's 10 of Cups. Somewhat pippish with the cups. King of Cups. 5 of Needles instead of Swords. 6 of Needles. 10 of Needles with the porcupine. Really great. Okay, let's give this a good shuffle. I'm going to need a dictionary with these. This is crazy. I mean, well, this is what happens when you ask the universe and say you want a deck that you're going to grow with and evolve with and teach you things. And I'm going to have to get a dictionary with this. Okay, let's see. We're going to break this in half. Let's break this in half. Okay, so here we have, now see how interesting this is? I love when the universe has these things that work so well together. I don't know if you notice that when you have a deck or decks, that the energy of the decks work differently with each other. So this oracle deck may not work well with a different tarot deck, where the energies on these are really cohesive. So looking at this, know and intuition with the unknown, and celebratory or celebration, savoring with the Fool, and conflict. So maybe when we see something like this where it's taste, it's maybe looking at the good life, the Fool, the start, the new beginning. But maybe there is somebody who might be jealous, or there's a little bit of competition, or maybe what is the reason that you're starting your journey looking at this and you're savoring those moments when you're beginning, but something's going on here. What's the reason that you're starting it? Are you starting this whole new journey because of rivalry, of conflict? Are you jealous of someone? So you know, you can look at these things in different ways. Sight, vision with the 3 of matches, 3 of wands, foresight, expansion, and progress. And here with the 6 of matches. And to me, that is really interesting that they're both matches. They're both wands with sight and vision. And this is just really lovely. And look at the animals. We have 2 winged animals. And this is also a bird. So all 3 are birds. Or, well, not birds, but this is an insect, but they all have feathers. Let's see here. Combativeness. Now, another thing, too, that you can look at when you are using an oracle deck with tarot decks is you can use your oracle deck as the energy card, and maybe the one on the left as something to leave behind, and the one on the right as something to look forward to, or something you need to look for to come to the future. So like this one here is combativeness. Here we have the 3 of swords with heartbreak and suffering and sorrow. So maybe here we have to look at, you know, here's the energy of combativeness. You're really hurt. You're really upset. You're angry, maybe because of something that happened in the past. But here we're looking at our convictions and our vulnerability, and maybe that's why we, you know, we have perseverance. We can get through this. So looking at the past on the left and the future on the right. Here's another one. Effervescence with with the 4 of swords. So this is rest and respite. Going inwards for introspection, and then on the right, acceleration. So here we see how this is the past. This is, you know, we had our time of resting. Here we have vitativeness, effervescence, basically a coming of life, bubbly. Whenever I hear of effervescence, I hear of champagne and the bubbles and, you know, the whimsy of it. And then here we have the 8 of matches, the 8 of wands, acceleration, moving forward. This is forward momentum and full of energy. Once things are said and done, getting them. So basically, you can't take words back. If you see 8 of wands, once words are said, that's it. But if this is action, because wands is passion, this is forward movement. This is momentum. It's like once you pull the trigger and that bullet is released, you can't take it back. It is going. You're shooting an arrow. It is going. Let's do one more. Focus, concentrativeness with death, with ending. And then the 9 of matches, the 9 of wands with resilience and strong will and struggle. Well, I think struggle is the reverse. But here we have focus, the ending. So if we're leaving something behind, or actually this is an ending, and we are resilient to it. We are being stronger for it. Whatever this change was that we've gone through, we are going to be stronger and better for it. So I hope you enjoy this this deck. It is really remarkable. I'm going to put the tarot away. I'm going to draw a card for the Facebook group. There will be the Facebook group will be listed below. There are 4 groups that I will be posting this card on, and I ask that you share your card for the group that has the same theme. So let's get this back in its box. Let's get this back in its box. Little thumbs today. And then we will pull the card for today. So what does Spirit want to show us? Oh, by the way, here's the backs. You can see the backs. And you can almost see a linen on them. I don't know if you can see that. They're not that shiny, but you can see the sheen on them. These are really lovely, lovely cards. I got them on Etsy. like I said, I asked the universe to show me something that I need to help me grow. Touch, sensitivity. And the guidebook says for touch and sensitivity. There we go. Let's see for touch and sensitivity. And it's a V. I'm trying to find it in the book. Touch and sensitivity. Because it's a V, it's not, maybe it's at the beginning? Because it's in, or is that a 5? Because see, in the book, it shows numbers 1, 2, 13, 25, 32, A, B, C, D, sight, hearing, touch. There we go. Okay, it says, manatees have the incredible ability to touch at a distance, meaning they can feel things without even touching them. This card may suggest a need for a presence of sensitivity. In reverse, this could be an oversensitivity or tenseness or even a numbness to a situation. Now, hearing that manatees have an incredible ability to touch at a distance, seeing that they can feel things without even touching them, I'm thinking more empathic. I'm thinking that even though this is about touch and that we could feel those things without touching them, I'm definitely going to post on here to show us a card about sensitivity, touch, or empath. Well, I hope you enjoy this. Please don't forget this video a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And thanks for stopping by. Don't forget, tomorrow is a tarot card, and we will be looking at the 4 of Cups. We're going through the cup suit, and we are going to be looking at the 4 of Cups. So don't forget to come back tomorrow and join me. All right, have a great day. I'm going to run downstairs and grab myself another cuppa. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.